Guys, I'm back. I know I've been gone for a while. I haven't made a video in I think like 2 months or something. So I apologize for that. You guys probably think I disappeared off the face of the earth, but no, I am back. I've just been busy doing other stuff. Graduation's coming up pretty soon, and I've been busy, setting all that stuff up in college and everything. So just haven't been able to make a video lately. But I am back. I am not dead. I am alive. So, and I thought I would make a top 20 most overrated female wrestlers of all time. I've seen a few videos out there that kind of inspired me to do one. And plus, I read a lot of comments on YouTube just on videos of divas or knockouts or independent female wrestlers, and yeah, a lot of names are mentioned, and I think they're fucking overrated. I don't agree with a lot of people out there about, who's the best or who's, the best female wrestlers of all time, because, you got WWE and you got TNA, they got the female wrestlers, and some of them are good, some of them not really, but the fact is that there are a lot of female wrestlers out there who aren't signed, who are probably better than, most of the division in both companies, so, but yeah. So, I just inspired me to do a list, so, let's get started. Now, these are mostly in order, and I understand that overrated doesn't exactly mean bad or terrible, but there are a few names on here that I am going to bitch about a little bit that I do think are bad, so just, and this is my opinion, okay, this isn't fact, this isn't, just because I say it doesn't make it a fact, it's my opinion, okay, so don't get mad, don't get angry, although I am probably going to get a little bit of heat for number one, so, but anyways, so kicking it off, number 20 is Angelina Love. I hesitated to put her on here, but she is kind of overrated at times. She's good on the mic, she's pretty good in the ring, but sometimes she's a bit overpushed on TNA, especially back in 2010, 11, so, and 2014 last year. She just comes back and then just gets a title push out of nowhere. It's kind of dumb, but that's number 20. Number 19 is Charlotte in NXT, Ric Flair's daughter. She's good. I mean, I like her. She's improved in a very short amount of time. But so I've seen some people say that she's the best. She could be the best female wrestler in the company. I wouldn't go that far, because I don't think she's better than Sasha Banks or Natalya or Paige or a few others. So she's good, but I think she's still got a little ways to go. Number 18 is Lita. I love Lita, I think she's great, but I do think she is a bit overrated, because people are always talking about the best female wrestlers in WWE of all time, and they always mention Lita, and I think she was really good. She was different, she was unique. I think that's what made her one of the best, but I mean, in terms of career, yes, she was the best if you consider the fact that she was the #1 professional wrestling company in the world, and she was very over. If you consider her the best in that way, then yeah, I guess you could say she's the best. But honestly, as a wrestler and I think she's a bit overrated. So, but I am a fan of Lita, so I don't hate her or anything. Number 17 is Chyna. Yes, I know that back then Chyna was, that type of female wrestler was unheard of. She was enormous, she was gigantic, and she was kind of larger than life. I've seen a few of her matches. I thought she was decent in the ring, but I didn't think she was absolutely fantastic in the ring. I honestly think Awesome Kong is better. Awesome Kong can do all the things that she did, and more. So, people, just say she's one of the best because she was so different at that time, and over too. But as far as as a wrestler, and as that, this is really just basically just based on wrestling skills. I will give them credit where credit's due, but anyways, yeah, Chyna is number 17. Not very far up on the list, but Number 16 is Mickie James. Sorry, seems like every time I make a video I have a cough. It's weird. But, yeah, number 16 is Mickie James. I think Mickey James is really talented. I think she's, a good wrestler, good, really good on the mic, and she was really good as the Psycho. She got really over, on Trish, that feud with Trish Stratus, the Psycho lesbian thing. But, as her career went on, as I started to watch her, it seems like all of her matches, began to be the same, like very formulaic. She would do all the same moves basically, and all the same moves, same, just same everything really. She was a face for the longest time. She was a heel, like, for briefly in TNA. Well, sorry, for about, I want to say 6 months she was a heel in TNA. Like, she was face for a majority of her career in WWE and a majority of her career in TNA. And, she never really added a lot of moves to her moveset, She really just did the same moves every match. Her matches just seemed to be the same, every one of them. She was still good, but just, when someone's matches begin to get the same, it just gets kind of boring, for me at least. So yeah, that's, Mickie James comes in at number 16. Number 15 is Naomi. Now, it's weird because I know Naomi can do more, I know she can wrestle. I saw in a match she had with AJ Lee back in NXT. Yeah, I mean, I know she can wrestle, but right now she just has seemed like a very big spot monkey. People say that she's one of the best on the division and she's really great, but really she just seems like a spot monkey right now. She does a bunch of high flying moves, a bunch of flashy things, but that doesn't make her a good wrestler though. I mean, it doesn't mean that she's a good wrestler. It just means she's good at doing spots. That's it. So yeah, I think she's kind of overrated in that regard. But she's recently turned heel, so maybe that'll change her wrestling ability or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it'll do something for her. But on number 14 is ODB. Unique gimmick, unique character. Very over in TNA. Very, very over. But I'm sorry, but yeah, very over in TNA. Not the greatest wrestler, okay? Not the best wrestler. People say, people overrate her sometimes in that regard, I think. But no, she was never really the greatest wrestler again. Going along with the same thing as Mickie James, same moves, matches tended to be the same sometimes, and she didn't really change up her character that much. She had the same character for about 7 years, 7, 8, 9 years. So, I mean, she just didn't really change. She just got kind of stale. So she's number 14. Number 13 is actually an independent wrestler, cheerleader Melissa, who some of you may know is Alyssa Flash in TNA. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal with cheerleader Melissa. People say she's one of the best in the independents right now, but I just don't get it. I mean, I've seen so many of her matches, and every time I see them, I'm bored, and afterwards I think, okay, what's the big deal? Why do people why do people hype her up so much? It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't think she's anything that special, people make her out to be one of the best, but I don't see it, I don't think she's bad, but I just don't think that she's as good as people are making her out to be, so just my opinion. So number 13 number 12, sorry. Number 12 is Gail Kim. Now, I hesitated to put her on here, too, because Jesus. Because Gail Kim is a great wrestler. Not great on the microphone, but, I mean, she's passable. But she is overpushed at times, in TNA. I mean, in WWE, she was treated like shit, but in TNA, she definitely is overpushed. It's like sometimes she's the only knockout in the division, but yeah, she definitely is overpushed. Like sometimes she's the center of the division, and it gets kind of boring sometimes, kind of old, But she is, she's a veteran of the knockouts division, and she's, TNA is. I think that that TNA is very sorry about that. TNA is very, lucky to have her, and has been lucky to have her all this time because she's carried the division at times. I remember back in like late 2013, there was only like 5 knockouts. And Gail Kim was like the best wrestler out of all 5 of them. So she had to carry the division. back then. So at those times, they were lucky to have her. But most of the time, though, yeah, she's a bit overrated in terms of how she's pushed and everything. Number 11 is Beth Phoenix. Hesitated to put her on here too, actually, but yeah, she is a good wrestler, and she was a powerhouse, but they pretended like she was the only powerful diva they've ever had on their roster, which isn't true because, like, they had Chyna, they had Molly Holly, they had Jazz. All three of those women were just as equally as powerful as her, but they acted like she was like the only really big and powerful diva they'd ever had, which wasn't true. Plus, I thought she was overpushed at times, especially when they were pairing her with Natalya, when I thought Natalya was actually the better wrestler of the two, honestly. But, yeah, that's number 10, or number 11. Number 10 is Eve Torres. In the beginning, I thought she was overrated, but as time went on, like, when she turned heel, like, her wrestling was a lot better by then, and she was pretty good as a heel. As a face, she was very generic, though, and she won the championship before she was ready, so in that regard, she's overrated. Not bad, I don't think she's bad. It wasn't bad, but number 9 is Velvet Sky. Yeah, she very overrated, probably like one of the most overrated knockouts in TNA. I mean, she's really good looking, she's hot, but seriously, guys, she's not that good of a wrestler, okay? She's really not that great. I mean, she's good on the microphone, but she's really not that great in the ring, okay? She's, I mean, they tried to push her as like the top knockout main event, but I didn't buy it, because she just simply did not have the wrestling skill to be considered a top knockout, the best in the division, so, yeah, I think she's just very overrated in TNA anyways. Okay, I need to hurry up with this video. Number 8 is Layla. Never got what people saw in her. Never got the hype of her. I thought she was okay, but never really saw what people saw in her. Never thought she was anything special. Nothing special on the mic either. So, I just don't get it with her. Number 7 is Sable. Fucking terrible wrestler. Only famous because she could do a fucking powerbomb, which if you look on the independents nowadays, you can find like 10 female wrestlers who can do a fucking powerbomb better than she ever did it. Yeah, Sable's trash. Overrated. End of story. Nikki Bella. Oh my god. There's so many Bella twin marks out there nowadays, especially right now. I mean, yes, they've gotten better, but they're still not that good. I mean, they're not bad anymore, but they're still not that good either. They're just very average. Brie more so than Nikki, but I mean, at least Nikki has changed up her look, and I feel like she has made more progression of the two. So, yeah, that's number 6. Number 5 is Brie Bella. In my opinion, the worst of the two. I thought she was the best, but no, she's actually the worst. I think she's gotten better doing spots on actual wrestling, and and honestly, these two are only getting the push they're getting because they're sleeping with 2 of the top wrestlers. Nikki especially, because she's sleeping with John Cena and she's the Divas Champion, so big surprise there. So yeah, neither of the Bella Twins I think are really that good. I don't think they're as good as people are saying they are. Yeah, they've improved, but they're still not that good. So, yeah. Number 4 is Candice Michelle. Again, she improved, but I'm doing a video.
Do you want gum?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Okay, well, I don't want any gum, so give it to... Okay, I'm gonna have to cut this video into 2 parts, so, I will just upload the second part of this video, because this video is getting too long, and this video should come up shortly, so stay tuned.